Hi, happy Thursday. It's a glorious day. I've already been to work and now I'm back home scratching my cat's booty, and Penelope is over there sound asleep. So I thought, well, let's just try to squeeze out a video. Yeah. I mean, I did start one this morning, but to be honest, I didn't get much sleep. So nothing that I said this morning really made any sense. So I'm just going to start all over. You know, sometimes you just have to start all over because, yeah. Anyway, it was very cold this morning. It was in the 30s, the very low 30s, and felt like it was in the 20s. But the high right now, it's 60. I came out to take the garbage around to the dump when I was at work, and I walked out expecting to be hit with that Arctic blast, you know, with that polar vortex. And I was hit with sunshine and happiness. Yeah. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. What is she doing? I don't know. But it was quite lovely, and I was like, wow, what happened? However, let's see, Monday, the low will be 32, which isn't terrible, but it's showing rain, and the high will be, I don't know, 50-ish, which is fine. I mean, that's a typical winter's day, you know. Well, then, Tuesday, the rest of the week, the low is going to be in the low teens, and the high will not get out of the low 30s. So that's a bit different. So I have ordered these, they're like insulated bags from Amazon, and you slip them over your little spigot outside. We call them spigots, but it's actually spelled spigot. It's a spigot, but it's just pronounced spigot here. But when I went to look that up, there's no such thing as a spigot. And I was like, well, what is it then? It's a spigot. A spigot. I mean, that sounds like bigot, and I don't like that word. Anyway, not that any of that matters right now, okay? But I got them yesterday, and I put them over the spigots on the front and the back of the house to protect my little water lines. Because, see, what you have to remember or realize is that down here in the south, our water lines are not buried very deep. No, they might be like a foot or two below sea level. I mean, below yard level. I was just trying to be funny. Yeah. I mean, matter of fact, John had to dig up my water line that goes from the house to the street. John's my best friend's husband. And that water line was, I don't even know if it was a foot deep. So we have to, yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say, except I heard Jamie on Suits to Boots say she's from Illinois, and she was saying the same thing. She said, y'all have to realize, I was one of those people from the north and didn't understand how the south didn't handle, you know, winter weather. She said, but their water lines are on top, basically. And she said, whereas in the north, our water lines are buried below the frost line, which is 5 or 6 feet deep. Now, that's what Jamie said. I don't know, because I've never lived there. I'm trying to get that sun to stop. It's not going to stop, because every time I blink, it does it again. So we have to watch out for that. So I'll have to open up all my cabinet doors so that the heat can get up under there, and I'll have to leave water running so that it don't freeze up and bust, because something about the friction in the water lines, I don't know. Yeah, but it'll be okay. We have water lines bust and we lose power, because there again, our power lines are in the air and they snap, crackle, and pop if we have a freeze. And we also have these ridiculous pine trees that are 82 feet tall, and the only amount of greenery is right at the top. So they get real top heavy if they get ice on them, and they'll snap, and crackle and pop, and they'll fall on a power line anyway. Yeah, it's not fun when you lose power and it's 8 degrees or whatever. But I have a fireplace. I suck at building a fire, but I've done it before. And if push comes to shove, I probably won't even build a fire, to be honest. I'll probably just pull out one of my, or 12 of my 82 blankets, because I guess I have a blanket and a throw fetish. And we will just gather here on the couch under all of that. Now, if it gets real bad, I can always go to my dad's, but to be honest, loading up Gracie and the litter box and all the food, and Penny and all the food in that kind of weather, I'd just rather ride it out, unless it's going to be like a really long time. Stop it! Caw! Hold on, let me shut that. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that will be better. I won't have to fight with the sun so much. And I just turned her heated bed back on, and she's immediately ran in here and jumped on it. So she's loving that thing, and so am I, because you know what? It's not that I mind her coming back to sleep with us at night, but she's scared of that one. So she's nervous getting under the cover, because she wants to be under the covers. She's always gotten under the covers and slept right at my stomach. And Charlie could care less, because he was always just snoozing through it all. And that one wakes up, and she will come and practically walk over the top of her. So Gracie gets a little nervous. That's all I'm saying. So this is nice, because she can stay up here and she stays warm, and we don't have to worry about her getting in the bed and then wanting out from under the bed and getting in the bed. And it's just a whole thing every night, before she had this. So it's great. Anywho's, I was thinking about the winter weather, though, and it reminded me of a couple of older stories. So one of them is, I was driving like a 1967 or 68, I don't know, Chevy Malibu Super Sport. Yeah. So my first car was a Chevette. Oh, this was a Chevelle. My first car was a Chevette. Yeah. And then I totaled it. And then I bought this car. I mean, it wasn't my fault. But I bought this car, and it sucked. Just really sucked. So the shocks went out on it. So I look like Cheech and Chong bouncing down the road, because I couldn't afford to get the shocks fixed. And then it had a bench seating. Y'all remember the old bench seating? So I of course was so little, and we didn't wear seat belts, I mean, what are those, right? I mean, whatever. Anyway, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt when I totaled my car, and I wasn't hurt. But I think that was just God's grace shining down upon me. But anyway, but when I would turn the corner in that Chevelle, I would slide to the side on that bench seat. I would just slide, because it was slick as ice. And then I would scoop my way back over under the steering wheel, and then I would turn and I would slide again, and then I'd like bounce my way back over to under the steering wheel. I can't believe I actually survived driving that car. But it finally bit the dust. But on the way home from work one night, it had been snowing icing, you know, doing the whole Georgia thing where it doesn't know what to do. So it's going to snow a little, it's going to sleet a little, but it's all going to freeze when it hits the road. Yeah, that's what happens. So I was trying to turn right onto this road, and I did a whole 360, and like I just continued on going, and I was like, wow, that was so cool. I mean, I'm just thankful I didn't keep sliding, but man, that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. And then there was another incident where a bunch of us were on the school bus, and we're real hilly here in North Georgia. We're hilly and curvy. So we were on the back side of the neighborhood, and you go up this hill, and then you come around like this, and then there was this real sharp turn, and you started going back down a hill, and it was a pretty steep hill. Well, the bus turned, but hit some ice and started sliding, and the bus kept sliding, and a stop sign, no, it wasn't a stop sign, it was a yield sign, held the bus in place. On the other side of that was just like a cliff. Yeah, just like. So the bus driver, I believe it was Mrs. Hitt, started screaming for us to all get off the bus. And we all jumped off the bus. I was in high school. Well, these people who were a couple of houses down, I guess, saw what was going on. I don't know. But they all started waving and hollering. And all of us, the bus driver and all the kids, went to their house. And we had the choice of waiting for another bus to come get us, or calling our parents and going back home. Guess what Tracy chose? Yes, Tracy chose to go back home. Because any excuse I could get for staying out of school, I was for it. Yeah, let me go back home. Anyway, they fed us hot chocolate in their basement until our rides came to pick us up, which my mother would not even walk outside when it snowed or iced or anything. So I had to wait on my dad to come get me because she wouldn't drive. She was like, you can walk. I mean, I probably could have walked better than she could have driven, because she's like me. She fell and broke her tailbone on ice. I mean, I didn't break my tailbone on ice. I broke my back on ice. But I broke my tailbone at the office. So, yeah, I can see why she didn't want to go back out in it. We haven't had ice or really any snow to speak of since I broke my back in 2017. So it does kind of afraid me. That's the stupidest thing you've ever said, Tracy. It does make me scared to think about ice. So, okay, and now let's go back to yesterday and my purse. The purse controversy that kept happening in the comments. It wasn't a controversy at all, but it was just a lot of people talking about my purse. I didn't know it was going to cause such a stir in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to show you something. So first of all, I usually put the child seat belt through my purse straps. But I didn't yesterday, but I held on to it, okay? And the second thing I wanted to show you is, let me take that bank receipt out of there. Now, when you, okay, so hold on. Hold on. So, here's the inside of my purse. Did you ever think you would see the inside of my purse? Probably not. All right, so the first thing you have is just a makeup bag. It's just got things in it, you know, things that we all need. So if somebody just reaches in there and grabs, they're going to be very disappointed when they get my makeup and obviously my cord that I talk on the phone with. Okay, and then the next thing is my wallet and pepper spray. So if they grab my wallet, see how deep it is? Not that my arms are that long, but look. It's attached to my purse. and it has my car key on it. So if they grab this, they're going to have to either pull real hard and break it, or they're going to have to take my purse. And let's not forget that I did work at a jail, and I did have self-defense training when I worked at the jail, and that is my pepper spray. So spraying that, let me tell you how many times I've been hit with one of those, but not at the jail. That was from my own doing. Hold on. So don't y'all worry about my purse or me, because we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Because, I mean, I act silly, but I do know how to take care of myself, okay? So how I ended up with pepper spray all in my face, well, you lift that up right there and your finger goes right there, right? And then I use it and I spray dogs in the face. It's typically what I use it for. And that way they will leave us alone and go about their merry way. So I actually bought it to carry with me on our walks, but I just do it in my purse. Any Hoosers. Well, when you spray it, sometimes there's blowback when the wind's blowing. And I got it all over my hand. And then I wasn't smart because I reached up and I touched my face. And then I couldn't see. And then I was stupid and did it again because I couldn't figure out what was going on. So basically, I walked all the way home from up the street. And I couldn't see a thing because both eyes were closed. And I had tears and snot. Sorry for saying such a bad word. It's just pouring from all my orifices on my face until I could get home. I mean, I could open about like that to see where I was about to step. And Charlie just led me all the way back home. Yeah, so if you get you some pepper spray, just be careful with it because that blowback will get you. Get you every time. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope y'all have had a great day. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, okay? Okay, love you. Goodbye.